welcome back, my tarot pals, to another pick a pile reading, pick an image reading, pick a crystal reading, whichever way you want to go with. This is, I don't know how long since we've done a focused reading on career, money, finances. This is all going to be about abundance, money mindset, your career, your professional goals, growth, whatever that means to you. Okay. Without much ado, two things quickly. Starting August, we are planning to reinitiate our personal readings, and I will start taking the appointments, the bookings. As you know, it's typically only weekends or late evenings. I have a full-fledged demanding job, and I would be taking on appointments starting July 11th, right after the full moon of July 10th. So if you are interested and if you want to book a personal reading with me, feel free to drop me an email and I can respond to you there. You can also drop me a DM on my Instagram account, which again you'd find in the description below. And if you'd like to know what services I offer, what charges are they at, they're pretty transparent. Just go to my Instagram, reach the highlight section, and you'd see book a reading or services. I don't even remember what it's called, but one of those two things on the highlight section, and you'd see the fees, the services, all of that. If you'd like to donate to this channel, support this channel, send me tarot cards or oracle cards, there is of course an address there. Feel free to send it, and I love the oracle cards that this came in. Thank you for it, my dear tarot pals. Last but not the least, if you can just do only this much, that you can share it with your friends and family. We're almost at 1,000 mark. I'm excited for that one. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. 60% of my users, my returning viewers, not just my new viewers, my returning viewers are people who have not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button, and I'm looking forward to reach the milestone together with you. I think we've covered a lot of chit chat here. Let's dive right into the three options. I'll give you a quick close up. Pile number one, we have for you the Pyrite. Okay. We have for pile number two the Citrine. One sec, I hope the camera is, yeah, okay. The Citrine. And I hope you notice how much green we've put in, because green is the color of money, baby. Okay, we have the Ruby Fuchsite. Okay, that's your crystal options if you like to go with crystals. Like I always say, it's a general reading. It's natural to be drawn to more than one pile. Feel free to do so. We have three oracle cards here. I'm going to give you a close-up of the first card for each pile. The Offering, that is pile number one. Pile number two, we have the Lover. What a beautiful swan here. Okay. And pile number three, we have the Mystic. If you need a little bit more time to make your pile selection, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, I'll see you in your respective timestamps. Hello and welcome, my pile number ones. You have literally picked, let's talk about the crystal for a minute here. This is called the Fool's Gold. It's a very strong crystal, by the way, when it comes to the energy of the lion, the energy of Leos. So for Leos, this is a beautiful crystal, by the way. But in general, otherwise, a crystal which hardly has a negative effect on anybody. One of my favorite first crystals that I worked with. I continue to love this. Keep this at your work desk. Give it an intention. Just touch it and it feels awesome. Yeah, Pirate's Gold, Fool's Gold. That's literally what it's called. It's linked with our solar plexus. It's linked also with our root chakra. Our ability to assertively focused, disciplined way of approaching something, anything, okay, not just money, but any aspect of life. Let's dive right into your oracle cards, and we'll finish this reading, by the way, with Astro Dice. We'd also, of course, look at tarot, which we will shuffle on camera. Your very first card is the Offering. Your next card is the Womb. Solar plexus and the sacral chakra are two chakras that have now come up in two different ways for you. And we have Gnosis. Okay. For this pile, when it comes to financial matters, when it comes to your next career move, how do you break it apart? Two messages. One is, of course, whenever the womb shows up, it's about nourishment, it's about creativity. Some of you could be doing really well or can do really well. Explore it. Maybe this is the first time you're thinking about it when I say this. Have you ever considered educating yourself on diet, health, anything holistic, and then starting a business, then starting a Insta page, then starting a small community, which can later bring you financial contacts, which may not be the actual source of income, but can become a channel of source of income? That's number one. Something to do with nourishment, health, healing is an aspect which can create either a direct source of income for you or get you to the right people through that activity, through that learning, through that process of self-nourishment, of understanding your body better. For females, even understanding, very focused on your menstrual cycle, how they run, aligning to the moon's phases for your life. That knowledge may transfer into, over a span of time, an ability to attract financial abundance or opportunities for you. That's your first message. Second, there's something that you're doing at a very surface level. So if you're a student, you're not really deep diving into the why and the how, and you're not really passionate about what you're studying. If you're not, then ask yourself, why are you still in it? Okay, does it come from a mother wound? Is it that there's something that you need to prove, or there's a maternal wound that you need to sort? For most of you, I feel though, it is more to do with you do like what you do, you do like studying what you do like your career, you do like the field you're in. It's not like you're unhappy. It's like you're feeling that you already know it. I'm not calling you out of this if this is true for you, that you're doing it at a very surface level. Okay, you're not, you know, so to give an example, let's say you know your project, your workplace needs 3 more hours of work, needs some more phone calls to be done, needs a better approach, a better presentation, something that you know you've cut your corner at, which at the back of your mind subconsciously gnaws at you. Okay, and you need to get that thing done. You need to finish that project, you need to finish that assignment, you need to do justice to something that you know you've not yet done enough justice to. Each of you will play out differently. Take it as the message resonates, right? Stop doing things surface level, go deeper. Okay, the offering, this of course talks about donation. What needs to be given away without an intent to get something back? A lot of you are doing for many years charitable deeds, but subconsciously or consciously you're trying to earn good karma. Okay, and it's absolutely natural. I'm not calling you out of it. All of us do it. We all hope that, hey God, if nobody else is watching, God, are you watching? I did something nice. I gave somebody this. I was being kind today. The moment that thought comes, it's not that your good deed is no longer a good deed. It still counts. It's written in the Bhagavad Gita. No matter what initiates, what motivates your good deeds, it is good karma. But this most powerful karma that we generate is when we just do something and never even think about it. We don't expect anything in return. We're not hoping somebody to appreciate for us. Appreciate. Wow, I'm struggling for words today. Appreciate us for it. This also applies to the nourishment or the care that you're giving to other people. Are you really being a boss who's caring and supporting and then thinking, oh, I hope they remember that this is what I did for them? It's not really being a leader then, right? You're just being a boss. If you're on the other side of the story, are you trying to do something, offer something, give more time, show up more, because you're hoping that your seniors would notice it instead of really doing it again for the depth of happiness, for the creation that you're doing? Is your creation a performative act? Your creation could be anything. It doesn't have to be a creative creation, right? Is it a performative act, or are you doing it because you know that is the right thing to do? That is a thing to think over. From a financial lens, if you are somebody who's actually into a creative field, singing, dancing, painting, social media, where creativity, marketing is important, this is a wonderful spread for you guys. There is something that if you give away freely, share freely, it can actually come back to you in abundance. We'll move ahead with the next cards. We have the Throne. Okay. We'll see if the tarot also brings it up, because if it does, it'll be interesting. There's an energy of Trinity here. Partnerships with 2 people, you and somebody else. Okay, we'll dive deeper into this. 45, 42, 7 and 6. Those are 2 consecutive numbers, and your last is 36, which is gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. Interesting message. Let's make space here so that we can get maybe the tarot cards without removing this. We'll see how the space plays out. Okay. How does money, career and abundance flow for you? Stop believing that what you don't know. So let's say you don't have the educational degree. You don't have that right qualification to apply for a certain job. You feel like you're an almost fit but not a good fit. Apply for it if you're seeking a job. Okay. Same thing applies for business plans. Same thing applies for if you're a salesperson. Same thing applies for creatives. Just because you don't think you qualify or you're not eligible, don't stop yourself from applying. It's okay to get rejected. What is the worst thing that can happen? You're going to get rejected. I saw a beautiful, I love this page, by the way, if you want to follow that on Instagram, The Forest Jar. Okay, tell me if you follow it or any if you know of it. I love their content. It's deep philosophy, but it's very, very useful if you're into that. The Forest Jar made a post recently. What is failure? Failure is nothing if you have enough time to just live over it. What is failure? If you can do it comfortably, it's no longer a failure. Okay. The more you take chances, the lesser is the probability of you not succeeding. So it's actually the frequency, the number of attempts that keep making you get closer and closer to success. So instead of thinking like, oh my God, I got rejected 11,000 times, we all know this quotes, right? I just know how to do it better. I just know that I'm closer to getting accepted. Some of you could be planning to write a book, by the way. That's an inspiration that's been coming to you. And perhaps you're not getting to it here and now, but it's somewhere in your career path. It's somewhere a part of your trajectory. Tell me if I'm reading for writers, by the way, because I probably have a lot of creatives in this pile. There's also something to do with hair and hair professionals. So maybe you've been thinking about, do I have it in me to become a stylist, to become I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called. Like people who color the hair, they're called not hairstylists. That's pretty generic. There's a specific word for it. But something to do with styling, fashion, hair, specifically hair is coming up. If you've been planning to color your hair, that is perhaps going to be the energy shift. I hope everybody knows here, or if you don't, Venus is deeply related to money, and Venus is deeply related to beauty, how you look, how you dress up, how you show up. That message is coming up strong. How does your hair look in meetings? How does your hair look when you go into interviews? It will make a difference. Okay, putting your hair in the right way, the right shape, the right color will make a significant difference in your financial abundance. Remember, I'm not a financial expert. I'm reading cards, which means if the energy is showing up and talking about hair, which by the way brings me back to your Pyrite card. Remember we talked about lions, mane. So yeah, hair is important for this pile. There's also something to do with cutlery, cups or cookware, okay? I know very specific messages, but I'm giving it to you because it's an extended pile, right? You could be an interior decorator. You could be somebody who's doing something with their own hands. Look at the way both of them are holding the cup, okay? Holding the cup, being precious, holding your knowledge, but not letting the cup get too full, right? There's this message of, are you ready to be a beginner? Are you ready to approach everything from a beginner's mindset instead of thinking that your cup is already too full, you're too old to learn something, you're too old to get educated. You have all the resources. Your potential is limitless, except what you're thinking is limiting you is that fear that how are other people going to judge me if I decide to go back to school now? How are other people going to judge me if I say I want to shift careers at the age of 42, 45, 36, pretty middle-aged, right? But you can. And you're not dead yet. And nobody's judging you. Okay, that's the message. For anybody who's doing anything related to home, architecture, interior decorators, this is a wonderful spread. This talks about abundance, prosperity coming your way, but it would not come until you're playing safe. What scares you? Pile number one, that's what I'm trying to ask you. What scares you? Go do that. That risk that you're avoiding, that message that you're avoiding, that email that you're avoiding, that Instagram video that you're avoiding to make to promote your business, that LinkedIn email that you're avoiding to send to somebody you know could possibly help you, send it. Even if you get rejected, there's something that will open for you. I promise you that. Okay? So, comment in the section below and tell me, I promise to not allow my fear of rejection to hold me back. That is your affirmation. I'm not scared of being judged or ridiculed. That is what you need to open those doors of opportunities, to open Lakshmi coming your way, okay? I think I covered that once, but I'll repeat it. If you can get into partnerships or if you can ask females, specifically females for support, that will really help you. Also, one message before we jump into oracle cards: spend more time at home. If you can probably work from home, you will focus better. If you can study from home, you'll focus better. So something to do with work more from home. And there's an energy repeatedly here of regeneration. There is nothing that is over. If you've had a big loss, if you've failed an examination, it's not the end of the world. That is a very strong message coming back. Try again, reattempt again. If you're giving a CA examination, CS examination, IS examination, give that one more attempt. You will crack it. Don't be scared of how people will judge you. Okay, let's get into, let's see what is visible where. Okay, I think we can put this here, and we can put this here, and let's see how many tarot cards we can get here. So, career, money, finances for my pile number 1. Where does abundance come in from? Look at that. It's in your mind. Help is available to you. You're fearing struggles around finances. Okay, but right there is the help. This woman is standing there with the kid, and she can see that there's help there. Okay, so ask for help. You're not going to get small. You're not going to get defeated by not asking. Rather, the defeat is just by not asking for help. I think it's somebody called Charlie something, I forget his name. The most bravest thing you can do is ask for help. 8 of Pentacles, going back to the basics, learning something. Pile number 1, it's come up a lot of times for you now. There's something as a skill acquisition. There's something as a hard-working focus. We talked about don't cut corners. That universe is giving you an opportunity to pick up. Don't let that go. So go back to your basics. Go back to spending more time perfecting your craft. I think that's what the word is. Perfecting your craft. Okay. Wow. Who doesn't want to see? I'm not taking reversals for this one, so we'll take this both upright. Something that brings you joy, something that fulfills you, can bring you financial abundance. Some of you have been planning. There are 2 pentacle cards, and we're doing a career reading, a money reading. That's a fantastic confirmation of abundance coming your way. Some of you may inherit something very soon, but if that's not true for most of you, like not a property or not something that others had it, somebody could some of you have an inherited gift. Okay, a gift of some sort of an artistic feature or some sort of an ability to give back to the world, offering. Look at the amount of cups in this card for you. I want to talk about that. We have a cup here that is overflowing. We have a cup here. We have a cup there. And there was one more place. There's almost like a bowl or a cup that she's working with. Mugs. There's one Vastu message here. Do you have broken mugs, cracked mugs? Mugs that should be thrown away, but you're not letting them go. With some memory, let it go. That's energy stuck. We'll take one last card. Anything to do with creatives, guys, this is a wonderful spread. In fact, the more you do it with love instead of trying to get more money, get more appreciation, get more validation, the more likely you're going to succeed. Okay. There's also a message here that if you're in a certain kind of a job where targets are important, sales job, I think most jobs these days do have. Hold on. The cards have fallen. Do have some sort of a job as a target. Don't focus so much on that big number. Okay, that is what is overwhelming you. That is what is making you feel like you're not good enough. Take baby steps. Go back to basics. That is the message here. If you have been planning to buy a home with this card now, which is a very strong confirmation of home, that home is going to be abundant for you. Okay. If you've been saving to buy for a home, have patience. You're going to get there. Okay. Some of you really needed to hear, am I going to get there? Am I going to get that dream home? Am I going to get that dream place? Yes. And if you need guidance, ask for support. File number 1. That's a repeated message here for you. Ask for support when it comes to your projects, your money. How do you deal with something? How do you make more money? Investments. Ask for help. 7 of Pentacles. Patience. Patience, my love. If you've made some investments, I'm not again a financial advisor, this is perhaps a better time to just leave the investments where they are. Don't try to rush it. Okay? Don't try to rush to any immediate next conclusions. Yeah? There is a demand for, yes, it is working, whatever you're doing, whatever routine you're following, whatever discipline you've got into, whatever structure you're starting to set in, if you're doing it with love, if you're doing it with compassion for self, not harsh judgments, that move, that focus is working. give it time. I feel like I want to give you guys one more card because I think we have space for it. And I hope you're noticing there are 3 pentacles here, guys. 4 rather. In a 78 deck, we have pulled out 4 pentacles. Pentacles talk about material abundance, structure, very Saturnian, very worldly, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns are relevant here. The color green is beautifully showing up. The color orange is lucky for you. The color yellow is lucky for you. Green, orange, yellow. Surround yourself with it, okay? Literally surround yourself with it. You'll see your energy rise. When you go to bed at night, visualize these colors washing over your body. Okay, too many cards. We'll take one more. Spirit has a lot of messages for you. We'll take one more. For your career, money, finances. Any more guidance that we're missing out on? Something to do with wear that dress. This has come up even in a July reading, I think. Or maybe it came up in one of the love readings. I can't remember. Did I say that in one of my shorts? Or this is repeatedly coming up. Something to do with the dress. Wear that dress, pile number 1. 5 of Swords. Avoid that inner conflict, that inner sabotage that says, I'm not good enough. It's never going to happen for me. Some of you are literally even thinking that right now. Okay? That you're not good enough. The choice, the decision is yours. Which thought do you want to feed? Okay? Again, I want to repeat, if any sort of a skill upgrade, education, learning something, going under some apprentice program is on your mind, this is the Gemini card. Okay, it's always around learning, education, mental clarity, Mercury. Some of you may actually be in your Mercury Mahadasha, by the way, or Mercury is a significant planet like an Atmakarka or something. If you understand astrology, that's just an additional confirmation. Somebody is trying to make you feel about your financial goals that you're not going to make it. That somebody for most of you is yourself, but for few of you, it's somebody external. And there's that number of 3 women. Do you see that? Yeah, 3 women. And in one, they're at the peak of their potential. They're chilling, they're happy. In another, they're all troubled. Yeah, that energy of Trinity is there repeatedly. And what that message talks about is, what is your circle talking about? Are you gossiping? Are you constantly sitting there at your workplace, at your friends, at your academic circle? What are you talking about? Is it gossip? Is it doubt? Is it, oh, woe is me? Oh, money is just so hard. Oh, inflation is going so much. That is an energy, guys. Money is an energy. Why not talk ideas? Why not make better decisions? Why not collaborate? Why not talk about what is going well instead of what is not? Not because you're delulu, but because what is the point of even repeatedly talking about things that you don't have control over? The government, the taxes, the inflation. What can you do about it? What can you and I do about it? So why are we troubling ourselves? If so far, I've given you something that has helped you, peeked into your mind's window, given you some clarity, resonated with you, sounds like you're reading, I want you to give me a quick thumbs up here. By this time, you should know whether this was your reading or not before we come to the last part of the reading. And if you've been with me till all this way, I want you to leave me a cup, because there's something clearly coming your way. Somebody is offering you something. You have an ability to offer others your knowledge. Don't hold it back. That exchange of ideas, values, talking about where life is going in a good way, how you can grow in a good way, is what will bring you that next abundance, that next big career move. Okay, we have Saturn in Gemini. It's beautiful when something confirms. We talked about the Gemini energy, learning something and having patience with it. Hold on, I hope that's Saturn. I always confuse these symbols. Yeah, okay, that is. And the 3rd house. Some of you may literally have the 8th house. I don't know why I read that as 3rd house. Some of you have Gemini in the 8th house. So 8th house, Saturn, Gemini. This talks about transformation. 8th house is always transformation, death, rebirth, transformation, change, hidden knowledge, secrets. Again, stop trying to hide that knowledge. Don't try to hoard that knowledge and ask other people for the knowledge they have. That's one thing, again, I'm repeating. But Saturn in the 8th house, or Gemini Saturn, talks about grounding all that knowledge that you're getting into something tangible, into something practical. Okay. This also talks about connecting yourself, because we had a lot of greens here. Perhaps some of you would be very interested in, again, environmental studies. Crystals as another business. Anything that grows underground. Potatoes. I don't know why I'm thinking of potatoes, but that could be relevant for you. Okay, let's see if I have any further messages coming in with that. Gemini is, of course, like I said, Mercury ruled. So speech, learning a language, changing the way you write, changing the way you communicate, bringing in a little more gravitas, a little more focusing on, am I using silly words or am I using strong words? What is my vocabulary? What is the message I'm trying to drive? When I'm writing an assignment, am I sounding clear-headed or am I going all over the place trying to string too many concepts together? That is guidance or a message here when it comes to your professional life, your career, your financials and your abundance. Go back to basics pile number 1. There's a lot of abundance coming your way, especially when it comes to things that are long term. This is legacy. Okay, 10 of Pentacles is not a short-term thing. It comes and it goes. Not like a car you buy, not like a gadget you buy. That's not the kind of abundance we're talking about. Abundance that will stay with you. Knowledge, money, home, that you can build over time, long-term, with patience. I hope I've helped you. If I did, don't forget to leave me that cup emoji. That helps me know and other people know that they are with you on this journey. This is a beautiful pile, undoubtedly. There was not a single negative message that came in except for that fear of failure that is driving you, except for that monkey mind that keeps picking up too many projects than it can possibly handle. Give one project, two projects your due focus. Don't cut corners and see how you rise. Love you, and until the next reading, bye-bye. Hello and welcome. My pile number 2 is Citrine, literally the money pile. This is a wonderful crystal, by the way. If you can keep it in your wallet, it literally attracts abundance, doesn't let your wallet go. I don't know why I was going to say blank, but I meant empty. Your wallet doesn't go empty. Keep a citrine in your wallet. It is a crystal that works with solar plexus and is, of course, about energizing. It's not just money, it's about energizing. If you're feeling too low, if you're feeling too down, sit with the crystal for 10 minutes. Tell me how you felt after it. Let's jump right into your oracle cards here. We have the Lover, which again is so bright yellow. Okay. Willpower. Most of your issues, I've not even turned all the cards. This is something to do with willpower. Okay. The Underworld. The Medallion. Okay, pile number 2s. If you know me, you know I don't sugarcoat things and I will jump right into what needs to be said. This pile is struggling with financial abundance for a while now. Maybe 8 years, 10 years, 9 years. You're not getting the kind of success. Even if some of you may be literally poverty stuck, like there's debt, there's issues with money, things are not going your way, property disputes, those kind of severe things that can shake up the whole financial structure. But even if it's not that harsh for you, for some of you, you just know that you have a bigger potential, and for a decade almost now, it's just not coming through. It's almost like you've gone through job interviews after job interviews, rejections after rejections, and it's breaking you down. I'm sorry, first of all, that you're having to live through this. No matter how much spiritual we become, it doesn't just get easy to live through a difficult time. So there's no sugarcoating that I do sense. Unlike pile number 1, which had a very different energy, this pile is really struggling when it comes to financial abundance, attracting opportunities, and getting money, getting success on the way. Okay, if that is not your journey, if you're not feeling like, yeah, I am a little less than what I can be, I'm a little less than who I want to be, perhaps you want to pick another pile, because this pile has money blockages that I'm going to talk about, abundance blockages that we're going to talk about. The first blockage we're going to talk about is you're holding on to something that is literally toxic for you. Now, for many of you, this is literally a thing. Okay, like there's something in your home that you know has been there for a very long time. Every time you look at it, you don't feel good, but you also don't know why you're not throwing it away, you're not donating it away. I want you to donate it. Whatever came into your mind, a TV, a sofa, a flower vase, a cutlery item, something, and probably this is old. Okay, this is not something that you've recently purchased, but could be. The moment you look at it, it pisses you off, it pulls your energy down. Literally, it is cursed. Give it away. Okay, I don't say those things lightly. If you know my videos, and I know I don't like keep talking woo-hoo shit, but there's something cursed in your house that you need to let go of, and it's old and it's energetically so strong that it's not like you've ignored it. It's not like you don't know what I'm talking about, but whatever it is, you just hold on to it. So let it go. That's a very clear message whenever the medallions shows up. Now, if it's not a thing only, for many of you, it's also a concept. A concept, a rigid idea that you feel is the only way you can succeed. I can only be successful if I'm a CA. I can only be successful if I become a doctor. If I don't get that visa, I am doomed. That one track mind is not helping you. That's a block. Okay? Let it go. Find something else. Accept the rejection because it's a redirection. Right? So for most of you, it's a thing. For some of you, it is also not just a thing, but a concept that you're rigidly holding on to, that you think money can only be made in this way. Success can only come if I have this. I am only seen as a strong individual if I make it happen. No. You need to let go of the thought. Okay? The underworld is literally the card that I'm talking about, which talks about darkness. It is dark. There's no sugarcoating this. You can't run it. You can't run away from it. You have to walk through it. And you may say that I've been walking through this darkness for a decade plus. You just said that. How much more? You decide how much more. Nobody external is doing this to you, pile number twos. I am somebody who's all about love, light, everything, but I'm more strong when it comes to being the tough love of internet when it comes to your tarot. You are creating a lot of your own misery, and I think everybody who's watching this, I'm not, trying to make this like a blame game. Oh, you're the reason you're not making money. No, that's not the point. You know the smaller solutions. You know the smaller steps, but there is an ego side of you that just doesn't want to take that leap. And it's almost like, how do I explain it? If you've read the book, The Mountain Is You, our self-sabotage, the aspect that wants to sabotage us, it doesn't hate us. It's trying to protect us. So there's a self-sabotage in you. You know you need to wake up at a certain time, but you don't. You know you need to show up for that interview, but you just didn't go. Okay? And then you're blaming the economy, then you're blaming something else. Okay? You know you had to complete that project in time, but you didn't, and now you're upset at your boss that they're upset at you. Come on. There's a lack of accountability. There's a lack of ownership. There's a lack of pulling your power back into yourself and loving yourself hard enough to say, this is me. I am creating my life. I am creating my opportunities. I am driving my success and my failure. You're constantly thinking about who has put black magic on me, who is trying to gossip against me, who doesn't want me to get promoted, nobody is thinking about you. That's the confirmation you need. Nobody is thinking that hard about you. There is no external enemy. There's literally no external enemy. It's just that dark phase wherein you need to shake yourself off the rug. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. We've all gone through a phase wherein we're thinking it's something external, and we eventually wake up and realize, no, it was me. It happens to us, all of us. It's happened to us, it'll happen to us again. It's a cyclical life, right? But that is the phase, that is the first message I see here for you. If you like tough love, if you like honest readings, you would probably appreciate what I just told you with no sugarcoats around it. And if you did, I would love to see a little bit of a confirmation of it, that you liked that straight out answer, that it's you. I want you to give me a purple heart in the comment section below. That will tell me that you heard this message, it resonated with you, this part of the reading specifically, and you know what it is. Okay, look at that. 22, the number 4. Take control of your own narrative. There's this victim mindset. I deserved better. I could have done better. I should have gotten that role. I deserve to be this. I deserve to be that. If I didn't have an accident, if my father made better decisions, if my father was more supportive, it would have been easier. There was an interruption, and it's funny, it was from my father. Okay, we're not going to get into a tangent, but there's a father wound. There's a story about the previous generation could have done better. Fine, they didn't. What now? Okay, you didn't get that property, you didn't get that inheritance, you didn't get what you think you deserved, even though none of us came into this world entitled to be any, oops, I'm shaking the camera, to anything, but it's done. There's also a concept of body shaming here. Okay, you're too conscious of how people think you look. And again, I'm telling you, nobody's thinking about you. That is the only message. If you take away one thing from this, I want you to remember, nobody is thinking about you as much you're thinking that other people are thinking about you. Okay, this pile has that problem of they are thinking this, oh my God, Saturn here is heavy. Some of you could be literally going through your, okay, so first of all, breaking one myth, Sade Sati is not a bad phase for most people. Okay, Sade Sati can be a tricky phase for most people, but it's not a bad phase. I had one of my, I think I can say that all things intact, when I look back at my Sade Sati phase, it was it's enriched me. That's all I can tell you, okay? In every way possible, financially, emotionally, maturity, everything. So depending on certain aspects of your chart, most people don't have a bad Sadesati, okay? But everybody in this file, most of you are going through perhaps a Sadesati. If you don't know what that is, that's a certain aspect that Saturn makes to your moon when it crosses the first house of your moon, the second house of your moon. Read about it and check in your birth chart if that's the case. That's just a confirmation. But again, that information that I just gave you is not an excuse for you to say, oh, of course things are not going well for me because I'm in my Sadesati. Hello, that's not how Saturn works. It's ready to give you what you need. It's ready, it just wants you to work for it. There's a strong message here I would like to repeat around body positivity. Okay, go to the gym. If it bothers you so much, I'm not saying that you have to lose weight, but if it bothers you so much, go to the gym. And if it doesn't bother you really, if you really know that this is just a vessel, and our minds, our heart, what we give back to the world, what impact we made matters. Do you really believe in that concept? If you do, then why are you constantly body shaming yourself? Because it's more than what others have said to you as a kid, and I'm sorry if you've been bullied for that. It's what you believe today about yourself that is holding you back from being who you can be, from being the best version of professionally, financially, who you really can be. And anything that has terrible happened to you, and I know a lot of bad things happen to you, pile number 2. I'm not saying any of this to make you feel small or less. I'm trying to make you remember your power. You've survived terrible things. You've survived terrible losses. And that is a lesson. That's a wisdom. Use it. You're already stronger, better than others who've not had failures, who've not had losses, who don't know how to survive that phase. You've already survived it. Now stop that story in your mind. Pick up and make a new story. Okay? And beyond, listen to this. Just look at that. Be honest with yourself. There's something you're lying to yourself about. It's them. It's this. It's that. It's something external. It's not. It's you. That is what your oracle message is, sharp and right out there. If you can afford it, a visit to some sort of a place that is near water, which has a strong temple. If it's calling to you, if it's been on your mind, can clear some blockages. But I don't want to give this file much remedies, because you've kind of gone into this loop of, if I do this remedy, if I do this manifestation, no, you have to take action. You have to take ownership. You have to do what needs to be done, and things will just flow for you. Give that interview, write that email, finish that project, do what needs to be done. That's literally what your message is, pile number 2s. Sometimes it just is so clear that there's no multiple narratives to build in, which is why I said at the very starting of this reading, it is for a specific group. Okay, you know you need to study and you don't. You know you need to switch off the Netflix and you don't. You know you need to sleep at a time and wake up at a time to feel fresh and focused at work. You need 8 hours of sleep, but you don't. So, I mean, really, who is stopping you? Just you. Right? And that could be empowering to think of it. Let's move to your oracle reading here. Root chakra. That is the chakra I would want you to focus on. Do some yogic exercises. Do some mantra chanting around root chakra. But most importantly, take that action that you need to take. This card showed up for pile number 1 as well. That's 78 cards. We're not taking a lot of cards today. It's like hardly 5 tarot, and this showed up. So, pile number 1 and 2, there could be a connection here. Overflow. Look at that. That just literally flew off. 10 of Wands. Why are you carrying the burdens of things that are no longer here for you to carry? If it's hard, drop it. Right? You can allow some people to get disappointed. You need to fill your own cup. Yeah? If it is hard to let go of the circle that is making you stay awake till night, that friend circle, that office group that kind of keeps giving you their work, say no. Draw that boundary. Right? Because if somebody is taking really credit for your work, why aren't you saying no? Why are you letting that happen to yourself is a question to ask. Okay? Because there is definitely an overburden whenever the 10 of Wands shows up. Right? Whenever the 10 of Wands shows up, you're doing something that is not yours to do. Consult an expert and take knowledge and view yourself as an expert. This is a time I'm loving that the way I'm talking to you, this card showed up. This is about hard practicality. The King of Swords is not bullshitting around. He speaks very less. He doesn't share what he's thinking easily. He gets paid for his knowledge and wisdom. He's not giving gyan free of cost, ever. Okay? So, don't overshare. Let the knowledge stay with you. I'm saying something absolute opposite to pile number 1, by the way. You need to keep what your thoughts are to yourself more. You need to consult experts, get knowledge more. You need to do the work and be very, very real, brutally real with yourself. Avoid the overindulgence. Too many parties, too many eating, too much drinking, too much, something is too much. Even though this is a pride, I would say there is something of excess. For some of you, this could be excess intellectualizing. You know, like you're finding so much joy in planning and thinking and learning and consulting that you're actually not doing anything. And the message here is repeatedly, get it done. Start with it. Okay? If you're coming from pile number 1, the message that I do see here for you is that, again, Trinity showing up. Do you have a good circle that is aligned with your mission, that help you get more systematic about it? Or do you have a system that is breaking you down, that is burdening you, that is pulling you in too many places? We have the Hermit, solitude. Speak less, do more. That is this card. September is a significant time for you. I think this energy can shift by the time it's September. Whenever is the next September. It's a timeless reading. I'm doing this in July. So if you're watching this later, maybe it's just 2 months from now, you can make this change. It's not a very long way to go. It's just some small steps that are impactful steps for you to take. Okay. One last card for you here. And do it in isolation. You don't need to tell other people what you're doing. This is the repeated message. Okay, just do it in isolation, because the moment you'll tell other people, then again that narrative will come in. Oh, they'll take my credit. Oh, you know, I don't know if I can trust them. Don't allow that thought to come. Not because other people are out there to get you, but because right now the emotion that you're in, whether it's making money, whether it's your academics, it's better to go solo. Go solo. And stop thinking nothing is good enough for you. That is the spine. Nothing seems to be good enough for them. Okay? And you know intuitively everything that I've said. If you're still watching this, you know that I've told you things that are true. Okay? You've appreciated the honesty with which we've done this reading today for you, pile number 2s. Get a little bored. It's okay to get a little bored because the task is hard, because the task is monotonous. Are you avoiding the monotony? Are you avoiding the stress that comes with working long? Because none of us are going to get any success. I'm not saying burn yourself to death, ignore your health. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, are you just trying to pick the easy things, the things that are fun, the things that are indulgence, because you're avoiding the real hard work? And that would be different things for different people, but you would know what is it that you know is boring, is doesn't spark you, but it's that eat that frog. If you've read the book, Eat the Frog, get that hard task out of your way at the very start of your day, instead of procrastinating it away. That is your message. If you've liked this reading, if you've liked the clarity that I've got you today, I want you guys to leave me, let's go with a sword. A sword with this King of Swords. Cut out the bullshit. Right, the next full moon is important for you guys. 10th of July, if you're watching this when I post it. It's a beautiful full moon to write everything that you think is a limiting belief and burn it away. Okay, burn it away. Let's see what Astro Dice wants to tell us. If this helped, I hope you've already left me swords emoji. Okay, the Saturn has come up in every reading today. No wonder. We're talking money, we're talking success, and I'm not surprised. It's the 6th house. This talks about your daily routine. Sickness, health, enemies. This 6th house rules your daily routine, your hygiene, your sleep cycle, your food. It's what those small things that you do. And Saturn in 6th house is a very powerful placement. It gets you to focus on things that you really need to focus on. Hold on, I'm making this turn because this dice always confuses me. I think it's the Capricorn. Yeah, it's the Capricorn. Look at that. Saturn all the way. Discipline, my friend. I do not have a big gyan to give you except discipline, accountability, ownership, eat the frog, do the boring task. You know it. You don't need this reading. You just came here for that confirmation that, yeah, kinda. And throw that thing away. There's something definitely in your house. The only thing extra or external is there's something in your house that irritates you and you just keep watching it, taking it, look at it. Just throw it, whatever it is. No matter how expensive it is, give it away to a friend. Give it in charity. You know it's not good energy, give it away. Okay? If this helped you, hit that like button now. Thank you for always showing up. And thank you for letting me do these authentic, heartfelt readings with you. You know I love what I do. And with that, I will see you in your next reading. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome. My pile number 3. Last but not the least. I love that this has the mystic. You know that word is close to my heart. The butterfly, transformation, and that I am thinking about, I don't know why with this card popping up, the Arjun's eye, if you know the story, his razor sharp focus, the eternal child, and the cave. Beautiful. It is a career of money finances reading, but this talks about what did you believe as a child abundance meant. You're very psychic, you're very intuitive. Something has happened to you as a kid that has put that intuition, that ability to channel energies, literally locked up inside a cave. You've hidden it away. I'm sorry if that was a traumatic event, but there's something that your inner child already knows. Some of you are really good at something and make money just since a kid. Okay, some of you are childhood prodigies. But if that's not the case, there is a beautiful power that lies in you if you can heal and work with your inner child. If you've read enough books, if you've read enough, seen enough tarot readings, and you keep just listening to inner child work, but don't really do it, you've never written a letter to your inner child. You've never sat down and tried to remember what was my first memory, and then go one memory after the other and see what comes to your mind, one after the other, as impactful memories, good or bad. Write them down. Then come back, visit that again in 7 days. Then write a little more memories. See how that works. It will open windows and doors in your mind, pile number 3s, that will surprise you. And yes, it will make an impact in your career, your money, your financial well-being, because it will open up things. Why do you behave in a certain way? Why did you choose that career? Why are you not taking that financial move? There's something hidden in the jewel of your inner child aspect, which you can help. I think for many of you, even external help will help, which means working with a life coach, working with a career counselor, working with, I don't know, take a tarot reading, something when you're getting an external party to work with you, okay, and pull the things out of the cave, okay. There's something hidden that may be very soon revealed to you, which will actually delight you. Let's look at your further oracle cards. 24 adds up to 6. This talks about self-love. Inner child work, self-love, showing up in a career, money, finances reading is a very evident sign that a lot to do with your blockages around abundance is related to something that has happened to you as a kid. Okay, we have the 6 and 9 repeating. The method here of 3, 6, 9 can really work for you as a manifestation method. Writing down something that you're trying to manifest, 3, 6, 9. I'm sorry if that has happened to you, but some of you may not have a parent. Okay, I'm sorry again. And that childhood lack of nourishment, for some of you it's a father figure, or maybe you're very close to one of the grandparents, and that loss has impacted you way deeper in your self-image than you probably believe. Some of you may have recently also lost a pet or somebody very dear to you, and it's shaken you're not able to understand, why am I doing this anymore? For some of you, that's that thing. You know, you've lost that meaning, that purpose, and your ancestors have a very strong message that let it go. It's cyclical. We're all going to die. Thank God for that, I say. But we're all going to die. We are mortals. Look at us. Endings are inevitable. Let it go. Something may have crashed for you also professionally, like a business didn't work out. You got laid off from a job. You wanted to really crack an interview and it didn't go your way. And you're still sitting with that rejection. You're still harnessing that energy. You're still thinking, oh, maybe I've just picked the wrong field. I'm not meant for this thing, and I don't think I would ever be. Let it go. It was just one thing, and I know it was deeply hurt. You were deeply hurt. It was traumatizing, but it's done. The power here is that it's done. It's gone. It's time to release it. Full moon again comes up for you. I think 2s and 3s could be possibly linked. Full moon, for the next 5 full moons, literally use that energy of the full moon to sit down and release. Feel that fulfillment. Okay, fulfillment. Okay, that's a word I've created. There are a lot of emotions pent up in you about money, success, failures, and it's almost like you're not ready to sit with it. You're jumpy. Okay, you're jumpy. You can't acknowledge that. Okay, that didn't really go well. But instead, what you do is you spend sleepless nights instead of really sitting down and crying over it for 4 weeks and then just getting over it. You are trying to push it down in your mind, and that's just creating more issues. So full moon, cry. Make some full moon water, take some bath. Okay, those are certain very specific remedies that will help you. This pile needs to release the past. You're still also reminiscing, for some of you, the past. Reminiscing the past, okay? Oh, those good old days. Oh, that amazing company. Oh, that amazing opportunity. It's gone. It's done. Yes, there were good old days, but it's done. And there are better days ahead if you let it allow them to come your way. That was not the only job, that was not the only friend circle, that was not the only opportunity, that was not the only college that you could have potentially got into. It's fine. It's done. It was a karmic cycle. It's over. Move on. Okay? And I don't say like, oh, pack your bags and move on. Feel it and then move on. Okay? Don't try to avoid the feeling and then move on, because it's not going to work. It's already not working and you can sense it. It's not working because that blockage keeps coming back to you. You keep reliving the same experience because you've not allowed yourself to feel it. Everything in life, my friend, is an emotion. Okay? I'm a very practical person, and it's very hard for me to actually digest it. But I've come to that absolute acceptance that everything that is happening to us is an emotion. It's an inner reflection of what we're feeling. So you have to fix that feeling. Okay? Release that pain. Release that loss. Okay? Pile 2 is at the same card. You're burning out because you're still carrying the burden. Some of you, this is ancestral. Okay? If I'm not making sense to a few of you, I think for most of you I am, it's ancestral. Maybe for this pile, I would definitely recommend, oops, sorry. Shit, the pile. Let's bring this back to focus. Okay? This pile would benefit from, if you are a Hindu and if you believe in this, do a Navgraha Puja in your home. Okay? You just do a Navgraha Puja and do some tarpan, some sort of ancestral healing. If you can visit one of the water bodies, rivers, and donate something for the poor in the name of your ancestors. There's some sort of an ancestral debt that you're carrying that is also creating a roadblock. I love that the Four of Wands has shown up. The moment you release this energy, pile number 3s, what comes your way is literally graduation, celebration. Some of you need to go visit a wedding that you've been invited to, but you're thinking not to go. It will open to you a career, a network door, some sort of a happiness. The decision is already made. That's what I'm hearing for you. Your ancestors, again, showing up with that crow. It's time to make that decision. You have already made that decision. It's time to accept that decision. I don't know what decision it is, but you know what that is, and you need to face it. Love that this is shown up. You're resilient. You have strong power. Unlock that power, my friend. And maybe for some of you, you've been fighting this too hard, too long, alone. Share your troubles. Again, I said this pile would benefit with working with somebody externally, a career coach. You think you have to do it all alone, and that is not true. You can ask for help. You can ask for support. Your resilience is commendable. You still keep fighting. You're still trying. You've not given up on yourself. But you're repeatedly playing out a past trauma around money, around success, around career goals, which is holding you back. Okay? Again, childhood comes up, Page of Swords, it's literally a child. This is also ideas. You have really good ideas for business, for startups, for your work, for your profession. You have good ideas. You're not less of ideas. You just less of that emotional spark, that motivation. It's slightly different from pile number 2s though, if you've picked 2 and 3 both. They were on that victim mindset. You're not like a victim, you're fighting, but it's almost like you're fighting with the wrong weapon. First you need to release the emotion, then you need to get to act on your ideas. There's a heartbreak here. And I'm not going to deny that heartbreak hurts. Something you really wanted to go your way, didn't go your way. I'm sorry. Okay, but that pain that you're holding is still in your mind. If you have a Libra in your life, just show up. Literally go talk to them, share your woes with them. They can help you. They can help you understand how can you love yourself better. They can see the mirror maybe that you're missing out. Okay, some of you have lost a legal battle maybe, and now you're still thinking like, could I have won it this way or that way or this? If it is meant for you, my friend, it will circle back to you. For now, you need to release it. Some of you have had a divorce or some sort of a separation which has had an impact on your financial success, and you're thinking like, was it all for just that, and can I ever recreate it? You can. You can build it all again from grassroots zero the day you choose to release it all, and the day you choose to sit with your emotions, work with your inner child. stop fighting this battle. I'm feeling very heavy for you, pile number 3. For pile number 2, I felt like a big sister and I was giving them all the tough love. For you, I feel you. It's like I can connect to your energy, and it's heavy. Maybe a lot of people depend on you, so you can't even quit. You've been fighting a battle for really, really long. Some of you don't even like, for many of you don't even like the job that you're in, don't like the way you make money. Then why are you doing it? I know it's not easy. It's not easy for most of us to just pick our bags and just stop paying our bills. That's not the point here. But if you start working with your inner child, if you start sitting with your emotion, if you cry enough, and that would not make you weak, you will get the answer of why am I doing this to myself and how do I get myself out of it? Both the answers. There's a lot of need for self-love, compassion, inner work. Not the kind of inner work that makes you better, like not the self-improvement types. More around self-acceptance type. Peeking into the parts that hurt types. If you feel somebody is making you to do too much, then you're right. Stop doing it. You're not accountable for other people. You don't have to give money to the friend who is asking you for the money, which is making you scared that you're never going to get it back. Say no. Say no. Boundaries is this message. Boundaries even with yourself. Do you emotionally eat and spend and do shopping and then guilt trip that, oh my God, why did I do that? Now I'm burdened with this. We all do that. I'm not calling you out. There's not a single person I know that who doesn't do that to a certain extent. But boundaries. Okay, 12th house. Sleep is difficult for this pile, isn't it? The North Node and the Neptune. Sorry, the Leo and the Neptune. Try to calm the space that you sleep in. Cooler temperatures. There's too much fire, too much heat, you're consuming too much food that is making your body too hot. Your dreams are literally driving you insane. Neptune to the dreams. It's driving you insane with the kind of downloads that you get. It's almost like your inner child won't shut up. Then why are you trying to shut it up? Face it, live it. Give it that power to express itself. Some of you may benefit from a foreign transaction or some sort of a foreign opportunity. Wherever you stay, some other country, some other region, you will get a transaction opportunity to connect with someone there. Okay, work with mystics. You literally had the mystic, now that's showing up. Work with mystics. Work with therapists. Work with coaches. They would be really helpful for you. They can break down something for you. Simplify it for you. If you're thinking about financial investments, consult an expert. You don't have to do this heavy lifting alone. And that investment that you will make will come back to you in 10 folds. If I have so far given you messages that resonated, I don't know why I feel like some of you may cry at the end of this reading, even though this was about money. I really want to tell you this pile number 3s. This pile has an opportunity to make a lot of what you seek. So if you seek, I don't think you seek financial abundance as much as you seek financial recognition. There's a difference, right? You seek that recognition that I made it. And you need to give that to yourself first. You're still trying to do it for somebody external. You're still trying to do it as a performance for your parents, for somebody in your ancestors, for something that you need to first say to yourself and believe it, that I'm enough, I've made it, I've done it, I've achieved it, it's complete. Some of you don't even take time to celebrate your small wins. Gratitude journaling would be beautiful for you. Writing down what makes you awesome would be beautiful for you. You need positive framework here. Not the kind that gaslights you. You can still sit and cry, I think I've said that enough times, but celebrate those small victories. Take that weekend off. You're not going to, the sky is not going to fall on you. Okay, more rest, more self-love, more working with yourself, being honest with yourself, better sleep cycles. Very specific message, but somebody at work or somebody at a work event, okay, may try to hit on you, like sexually hit on you, and you don't know this person yet, okay? So if you're thinking of somebody, no, it's not somebody you're thinking of. It's not coming from a good place or good intention. So unless you're really, really attracted to that person, I would say avoid it. Okay, it can lead you into bigger troubles. I don't know why that came up in a career reading, but it did, so somebody had to hear it. If this resonated, helped you, I hope you choose to share it with a friend who may also pick a pile and help them. And I would love to see you guys leave me a little baby emoji, because honestly for you, it's not more hard work. It's more inner work that will unlock the doors of financial abundance and career and money for you. Leave me a little baby emoji, like that button, and thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you so much for trusting me to, maybe just through the cards, hold that mirror. Oh, one Vastu tip here. Clean the mirrors of your home. They are holding that energy again. Clean the mirrors of your home. If there are plants at your home which are kind of getting dusty or muddy or moldy, take care of them. Okay? That will change the energy of your space and bring in some chi, some abundance as well. Thank you again. I love you all. Until the next reading. Bye-bye.